Trusting Jesus really like changes you. It really does. Like you can't trust yourself when you trust Jesus, right? I was just thinking like I gotta work for God. I gotta talk to people, feed the homeless, and like just work as hard as I can for God. That's what I've been doing. Though that's what I've been thinking that I should be doing. But now God has made me realize that like he's made me realize a lot of things, but right now he's making me realize that I can't do nothing. Me from my own like strength and my own will and my abilities, right? I mean, sure I can go and feed the homeless, right? But like all the good that comes from me is because God gives it to me, right? So like if I feel love in the moment, enough love to like give to someone, then that's not coming from me, that's coming from God, right? And that's what a lot of people don't realize is that we try to take ownership of the good in our lives, right? We're like, okay, I have this because I worked for it, right? Like I worked on myself, maybe you might say, or yeah, or like you might think, man, I'm just a kind, loving person, but you tend to forget that God is the one that gives you these gifts, these abilities, right? These good things, right? These good things that we use to share with other people, to love other people just how God loves us, because that's who God is. God is love. I was like stressing myself out basically because I was like, man, I gotta do this, man. I haven't been as productive for the Lord lately. I haven't really been making videos. I was trying to do something out of my own power, out of my own strength, right? I was trying to go out and I guess forced to love other people. Like you can't force love. That's the whole reason. That's why God gives us free will, right? It's because he can't force us to love him, because that's not love right there. That's why he gives us the free choice to love him or to disobey him or disregard him, right? But anyways, yeah, I was in this point where I was like, dang, man, I haven't really been feeling, I don't feel there. Like, I don't feel like I can go share the gospel, or I don't feel like I can go talk to someone about Jesus maybe, or like give someone, like help someone out who's in need. Like, I've not been feeling like that for like the past maybe couple weeks. So I started like stressing myself out. I was like, oh no, hold on. I gotta be working for the Lord, right? I gotta put myself in positions where I can work for God, right? And I was putting myself in these places where I was doing things out of like necessity, out of like needing to obey, right? Or feeling like I was under a duty, right? Like feeling like I had to do this. Even though maybe that is what he calls me to do, right? Talk to people and just try to be, a light to them and help them out with whatever I can help them out with. So yeah, maybe, but when I'm doing something out of a place where I'm forcing it, right? Out of my own power, out of my own strength, then I'm really not doing it out of love, right? And that's what matters, is doing things out of love. Yeah, so it even says in Corinthians chapter 13, right? Do everything out of love. If you don't do anything out of love, if you do something that's not out of love, then it counts to nothing. Like there's no reward in doing something out of love, right? Because even if you're trying to help someone, right? And let's say you're not doing it out of place of love and you're trying to be like trying to do it just because you feel like you have to do it, then you probably aren't going to get the message across correctly or as powerful and effective as if you were actually doing it out of love, out of like the pureness of your heart, right? Yeah, sometimes I put myself in like that place of I have to do it instead of I should do this because this person is going through something tough, right? And I might be able to help them get out of that because I know what it's like to go through tough times, right? And having love, right? God shows me his love whenever I go through tough times. So that in that way I know how I could deal with someone who's going through tough times, right? Because I know how God's love affected me. So now I know that love is powerful, and I can, with the same love that God gave me, give to the people who I see might need my help or advice or whatever, right? But yeah, doing things out of a place of love, like if you see a homeless person, actually having compassion on them and not being like, man, I should probably give money to them, because God tells us to give to others, right? And maybe if I give, then I'll receive something back, like some karma thing. But no, like that's not how things work. If you truly want to give to someone, give it out of like the pureness of your heart, right? Out of love. So yeah, God bless. Peace.